right, it's now time for raising funds for world domination, day number 141. So for the typical intro, we're still counting down the days till the next hearing. And as mentioned previously, tonight we will not be working on developing the terminal block mining simulation game because the latest release has been 100% complete as of September 10th. So that's available and you can play it right now. And the next task is to focus 100% of my mind on getting the next video finished. So I'm 100% done scripting, video recording, voicing, and the editing. As of tonight, it is currently 91% done. So I guess today I got, what is that? That's 8%. Yeah, only 8% today. But I guess that's about on schedule. We'll probably finish it tomorrow. Now once I finish it, that's finishing the editing. There's still like minor things to do. I gotta make a decent thumbnail, and then I gotta upload it. I gotta render it, which will take probably 30 minutes, and then I have to watch the rendered thing to make sure it looks okay and it's not there's no weird volume glitches or something. And then if I catch a mistake, then I have to render it, I have to fix the mistake, and then render it again, which takes time. So that whole just a minor changes can be another hour, and then to upload it, it'll probably take an hour. Orthoplex 64, how's it going? Raiden sends, I guess that's also a wave emoji. Popping in to say hi. How's it going? Yeah, so that's where we stand tonight, and just to keep up with my pattern I've been doing for the last few days since I finished the release of the game. I've just been coming on to do the status update, and I'll maybe space out and play the block mining game for a little bit and talk to chat if anyone stops by, and probably just do a much shorter half-hour stream, and that'll be it. And then I'll take off early so I can work on the next video and then finish that and publish it. Then I'll be 100% done all of the outstanding tasks. Michael Lopez says hi. How's it going? So we got four concurrent viewers. How's everything going with the 4 people out there? I guess technically I could build bases now. We're at 6 concurrent. How's everybody doing? Did everyone make lots of money today to get prepared for the global depression? is coming up. This game looks really good so far. Is it possible to make it faster when you have to stop and turn? Oh, you mean kind of like when I'm going up and then I switch the directions like that? You mean, or do you mean like the lag of the game itself? If it's the former, so actually, the rate of movement is dictated, like, because it's a terminal based video game. It's going by the keyboard auto repeat setting. So any terminal application is just it accepts serial input for whatever you type. So actually, I forget the command. It's different if you're in the console versus if you're in terminal. Let me actually just try it. That's actually an interesting thing to test. I've never tried to set that to something that might even trigger bugs. Yeah, this is it, I think. Yeah, it's actually, if you go messing with this, actually I think so. I have to do this, I think, locally probably, because it would be my it's on the local X server. That's slightly different. So if I change that to that. Okay, I think that's yeah, I think that's doing it. Okay, I think this might, so actually, interestingly, so this will do, I think, exactly that. It'll reduce that delay, but it makes it hard to actually use. So when I press, I'm trying to press up to get to my last command, but now it's hard to even use it, because it cycles through so many. There we go. So you don't currently need a block to stand on, right? No, you're basically just like floating around. There's no gravity. So you just start off at a given coordinate position, and then you move around. Love the building aspect of the game. Make your own custom ASCII art. World so volatile in the news. Assassins and aliens. Oh yeah, I saw I saw that thing about NASA announced maybe life on Mars or something. And I saw that on Twitter, and I'm so used to like seeing them announce aliens like for the first time so many times, and then it's just like it's nothing. It's just something designed to waste my time. That I just ignored it, and then I saw Scott Manley, who does like space stuff. He actually had a segment on it, and he had a really good detailed video that actually explained exactly what they found. It was like a pattern of what do you call it? Like pattern of like redoxed iron in some fossils, and the pattern is apparently characteristic of what we see in like microbial life on Earth. So, and there's some other signatures there of like carbon and stuff that and phosphorus in ratios that are indicative of life, maybe. And okay, let's try this with the new. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. So if you want a speed hack, you can literally just change the input to give yourself a speed hack. You know, that is quite a... Actually, it's a bit hard to control, but... Yeah, you can just literally change the auto repeat setting. I guess technically this... I was going to say I could make this a setting you can change in the game, but it would only work if you have a keyboard attached to the terminal, which is not true since I'm not running this over SSH right now. Because it's running on a different computer, it would not be able to change the settings on the X server that I'm physically using right now. Never truly believed in aliens watching us, but that UFO being shot by a Hellfire missile, making me question things. Yeah, I've tuned out from it. Like they've cried wolf so many times on that it's annoying. And then everyone who talks about it, like in my opinion, great claims require great evidence. And if I see one more like supposed UFO sighting with like spooky music on it, and there's no context or explanation or anything, then I just want to ignore it. And there's a bunch of videos about like there's people that work for the former Air Force people and stuff who say they saw this thing and it's like unexplained. But then there's this guy who debunks all these things, and he said you can just like you can Google for the flight manual for some of these things, and then you can use that public information to interpret what's on screen. And you can easily explain it with like, you know, a commercial jetliner going in front of something, or a lot of them have like super easy explanations. Yeah, this setting makes it really hard to use the keyboard. I can't even type VI to edit stuff. That's funny. Sorry, it's hard to even use now. I'm shocked by how many self-proclaimed programmers don't know how to debug. Yeah, there's it's knowing the various techniques for debugging is a completely separate skill, I think. It's encoding. That was hard. If you ever set this value, you got to be careful. If you set it too low, it'll be you won't be able to type the commands to fix it again. Yeah, I think that's pretty much back to normal. what is the game? The game is it's a video game you play in the Linux terminal where you wander around an infinite procedurally generated universe and you spam the M key to simulate the process of mining blocks of iron ore and other minerals. What long-term features were you planning for the game? Is there dream features that seem a little too difficult to implement? Honestly, there's not much I think about that's I would think that's difficult to implement. I think I have a pretty specific idea of how to make many things, but the way I would make them, I think it'd take a very long time. So I think it's the point where it's at a pretty decent proof of concept. So if I can continue to foster interest and then build some revenue, I had been I made some revenue by getting people to sponsor custom block types. So if you want, I'm going to start with natural mineral ores. So if you want a dedication to your specific block type, it'll be added to the game forever. So you can own your own, or I shouldn't say own is not the right word. You'll have for the rest of the game's lifetime, you'll be listed as the dedication for sponsoring that block type. And I had a little bit of interest in that. I'm gonna finish the next video and then step back and think a bit about the exact pitch and the next push for how to market this. But in terms of features, one of the next things I'm going to add is I'm going to add a recipe system. So within like this, I'll add an extra entry here for so in addition to an inventory, there'll be something for recipes, and it'll just be like a list of production rules. So right now, when I press C, it just automatically crafts. If I have enough reagents, it just automatically crafts. First it starts to. It tries to make metallic iron first, And if I don't have enough reagents for that, then it makes iron pick. And then if I don't have enough reagents for that, then it makes stone pick and wooden pick. So there's no way to actually control what production recipe you use. You just press C and you get whatever's available, which is kind of inconvenient because if you want to make like wooden pickaxes, you have to like use up all your iron oxide first, which is nonsensical. So fixing that, and along with that feature, I'll probably implement. So it'll be kind of like the visually it'll be probably kind of like the inventory window. So I'm probably going to make a more generic way of like a better user interface way of like selecting things, so we can so it'll actually render things a bit better. I played the game Elin recently. You might like it. I'll take a look if I remember. Good luck and great ideas. I would think people love control and interactivity, so I would lean into it. Yeah, I think lots of people have asked for like interactive stuff like mobs and things. Eventually I can do that, but I think I'll probably focus it exclusively on the like just adding more block types and more production rules, mainly because if I can generate revenue from that, then the ability, like implementing that, if people give me money for it, I can satisfy whatever their request is. So I can very easily add a new block type if it's just, you know, a mineral or something. Longer term, I think if multiplayer was added, that would be a really that would, I think, dramatically improve the appeal. So that's one of the, so probably like a better recipe system, and then I don't know, multiplayer after that. But getting production multiplayer would be there's quite a bit of work needed for that. It'll just, it's not difficult, but it'll just take me a bunch of time. And the question is, would it be worth it? Well, that satisfies my daily status update. To be consistent with streaming a bit every day, I'll probably call it an evening, just as I have for the last few days, and then I will continue to work on finishing the next video. There's currently 9% more editing, and then that video will be done. Then I can release it. It'll get 1 billion views. Yep, so I'll stop there for tonight, and have a good night, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow for day 142. Later.